Hi guys, today we're going to read Scaredy Squirrel at the Beach. Scaredy Squirrel never goes to the beach. He'd rather vacation at home alone, where it's safe, than risk being surrounded by the wrong crowds. A few crowds Scaredy Squirrel wouldn't want to be caught in the middle of. Herds of sea monsters, packs of pirates, flocks of seagulls, tribes of jellyfish, tons of falling coconuts, and mobs of lobsters. He doesn't like any of these. So he's perfectly happy to build his very own private beach. Scaredy Squirrel's Guide to Building a Safe Beach. What you'll need to get started. First, you'll need paper and crayons, one stick, one inflatable pool, one flashlight, one bag of kitty litter, one plastic flamingo. Step number 1. First, you draw the beach scenery. Step number 2. Use your stick to hold it upright. Step number 3. Cover the ground with sand. Step number 4. You inflate the ocean. Step number 5, you turn on the sunlight. And step number 6, you install the beach wildlife. And then you enjoy your beach. It looks like the beach and it feels like a beach, but it doesn't sound like the beach. Scaredy Squirrel notices something's missing, the soothing sounds of the ocean. The solution. Make a quick trip to the real beach and find a seashell that fits the description below. The seashell has to be germ-free, it has to be shiny, and it has to have a crystal clear ocean sound. But first, you have to make sure that there's no animal living inside the seashell. But traveling to the real beach requires careful planning. First, you need to get a passport. Second, you have to draw a map. This is his beach map. At 7 a.m., he has to enter the box and wait. At 7:30, he gets picked up by the mail truck. At 8:42, he arrives at the beach and waits until the coast is clear. 11:42 a.m., he gets out of the box and he finds the seashell. Then, at 1:49 p.m., he gets back into the box and he waits to get picked up. And at 6 p.m., he gets delivered back to the nut tree. Scaredy's beach wear. This is all that he has to wear to go to the beach. First, he has to have protective headgear for falling coconuts. He has to have protective eye patch to fool the pirates. He has to have protective flotation device to prevent sinking. He has to have a protective camera to discourage sea monsters. He has to have a protective compass to avoid getting lost. And he has to carry one protective French fry to distract the seagulls. He has to have a protective oven mitts to block germs, and protective rubber bands to tame lobsters, and protective footgear to shield from jellyfish. The next morning, as planned, Scaredy Squirrel jumps into the box. And at 7:30 a.m., he gets picked up and they drive. But they keep driving. At 8:42 a.m., Scaredy gets dropped off and waits and waits and waits. At 11:42 a.m., a crowd appears. Oh no. People were not part of the plan. What should Scaredy Squirrel do? Scaredy Squirrel panics and Scaredy Squirrel plays dead for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, for 2 hours. And finally, Scaredy Squirrel realizes that the perfect seashell is right under his nose. Surrounded by friendly people, he decides to join the crowd. Scaredy Squirrel builds sandcastles and takes pictures. He floats around in the ocean and he sunbathes with the others. He forgets all about the flocks of seagulls, the tribes of jellyfish, the herds of sea monsters, the packs of pirates. He forgets all about the tons of falling coconuts and the mobs of lobsters. He is glad to be part of the crowd. Back home, after a day of fun in the sun, Scaredy Squirrel's inspired to make one more important addition to his own beach. He adds a crowd of garden gnomes. P.S. And for Scaredy's next visit to the beach, it might be sooner rather than he thinks. Uh-oh, there was a friend living in his seashell. The end.